Part 1. The Drinks That Whisper Lies. Let's start with a confession. Most of us have been lied to by our drinks. Not just once, but over and over. The lie sounds like this. This coffee will help you focus. This wine will help you relax. This energy drink is just a little boost. This nightcap makes it easier to fall asleep. You've heard it. Maybe you've believed it. Maybe you've repeated it to yourself while reaching for the bottle or the cup. And the truth is, it feels real, right? That cup of coffee does help you power through the afternoon. That glass of red wine does make your shoulders drop after a long day. But here's what most people don't realize. Those drinks may feel like your allies in the moment, but they're often the exact reason you're staring at the ceiling at 2 a.m., wondering why you can't sleep. Let's talk about caffeine first. Caffeine is a stimulant. It's not evil, it's not poison, but it's powerful, and we often forget that. It works by blocking a chemical in your brain called adenosine, the compound that makes you feel sleepy as the day goes on. When you block adenosine, you feel more alert, more awake, more capable. And that's great until you need to stop feeling awake. Because caffeine doesn't just disappear. For many people, it stays in the body for 6 to 10 hours. That means your 3 p.m. latte is still circulating when you try to wind down at 9. Even if you fall asleep, caffeine can reduce your deep sleep, which is the restorative stage your brain and body desperately need. You might sleep, technically, but you'll wake up feeling like you didn't. That's not rest. That's just unconsciousness with tension underneath. Now let's talk about alcohol. This one surprises people because alcohol often feels like the only thing that does help them fall asleep. A glass of wine, a beer, a cocktail, it takes the edge off, makes you feel sleepy, helps you shut down. And yes, alcohol can help you fall asleep faster, but it also disrupts your sleep architecture. It reduces your REM sleep, the stage where your brain processes memory, emotion, and stress. It increases fragmentation, which means you wake up more often, even if you don't remember it. And once the alcohol wears off, usually a few hours in, your body goes into mild withdrawal, releasing stress hormones that pull you out of deep rest. That's why you can go to bed tipsy and still wake up exhausted, or anxious, or drenched in sweat. That's not restful sleep. It's sedation followed by stress. And the most dangerous part, we normalize it. We joke about needing wine to unwind. We accept afternoon coffee as survival. We reach for something in a can or a glass instead of asking what our body is really saying. That it's tired, that it's overloaded, that it needs rhythm, not rescue. Caffeine and alcohol aren't just beverages. They're often coping mechanisms, subtle ones, culturally accepted ones. But the cost is real, not just on your sleep, but on your nervous system, your mood, your hormones, and your sense of internal safety. You don't have to quit forever. You don't have to be perfect. But you do need to be honest about how your body feels after coffee, about how you really sleep after drinking, about the patterns that may have started as comfort and turned into sabotage. Awareness is everything. And once you see the pattern, you can choose a different one. You can stop feeding your body mixed messages like go, go, go at 4 p.m. and calm down at 10. you can start speaking to it in a language it actually understands. A language of rhythm, of care, of gentle winding down, not forced shutdown. Because here's the truth most of us miss. Your body knows how to rest. You just have to stop interrupting it. Part 2. Reading the signs, rewriting the rituals. So how do you know if caffeine or alcohol is messing with your sleep? It's not always obvious. Sometimes the signs are loud, like lying awake for hours after drinking coffee too late, or waking up at 3 a.m. after a few glasses of wine. But often the signs are subtle. You just feel a little more tense at night. You fall asleep fast, but wake up feeling like you never rested. You toss and turn without knowing why. Your dreams are weird. Your heart beats faster than usual when you lie down. Your body feels tired, but your brain won't stop. That's your system talking to you. Let's start with caffeine. If you feel jittery, anxious, restless, or crash a few hours after drinking it, your system might be too sensitive. If you find yourself wide awake at night, even though you haven't had coffee in hours, it might still be lingering in your system. Everyone metabolizes caffeine differently. Some people can drink espresso after dinner and sleep like a rock. Others can have a cup of green tea at 10 a.m. and still feel wired by bedtime. You don't need to compare yourself to them. You just need to notice you. What does caffeine do to your body? Your mind? A good way to check? Try going 3 to 5 days without caffeine. See how your body feels. You might feel sluggish at first, that's withdrawal, but then clarity returns. You sleep more deeply. Your body doesn't feel so revved. And maybe, just maybe, you find out you don't need caffeine to feel alive. You just needed rest. Real rest. The kind that builds naturally when you stop revving the engine all day. And what about alcohol? The signs of alcohol-related sleep sabotage are sneaky too. You might fall asleep quickly, but wake up at 2 or 3 a.m. feeling hot, restless, or anxious. You might wake up earlier than usual, unable to fall back asleep. You might feel emotionally fragile the next day, not just tired, but irritable or low. That's because alcohol disrupts REM sleep, affects mood-regulating neurotransmitters, and throws off your circadian rhythm. It promises relaxation, but often delivers chaos. So what can you do instead? Start with your evening ritual. What are you really looking for when you reach for that glass of wine or that late coffee? Is it comfort? Is it a signal to stop working? Is it your way of saying, I need something that's mine? If so, beautiful. That's sacred. You deserve that. But there are other ways to get it. Ways that support your sleep instead of stealing it. Maybe it's a warm herbal tea, chamomile, lemon balm, rooibos, lavender. Maybe it's a magnesium drink that relaxes your muscles and mind. Maybe it's a hot shower, slow music, stretching, dim lights. Maybe it's sitting outside in the quiet. Maybe it's journaling, reading something light, lighting a candle, touching your body gently with lotion or a warm compress. What you're really seeking isn't the drink, it's the downshift, the boundary between day and night, the ritual that says, I'm done now, I can let go. And for those afternoon crashes that send you running for caffeine, try snacks with protein and fat. Try moving your body instead of sitting in front of a screen. Try a short nap, Try stepping outside for sunlight. Your body doesn't need to be jolted, it needs to be replenished. And once you give it what it's truly asking for, the cravings start to fade. The habits start to shift. Slowly, gently, naturally. You don't have to give up coffee or wine forever. This isn't about rules, it's about rhythm. Maybe it's moving your coffee earlier in the day. Maybe it's switching from wine to herbal tea 3 nights a week. Maybe it's not drinking on an empty stomach. Maybe it's replacing one ritual at a time until your sleep starts to feel different. Lighter, deeper, safer. Because when your sleep improves, everything improves. Your mood, your focus, your digestion, your immunity, your joy, and all of that is worth adjusting a few drinks for. Your body is not asking you to be perfect, it's just asking you to pay attention. Part 3. Redefining what it means to unwind. We live in a culture where caffeine means power and alcohol means pleasure, where being on is praised and resting is something you earn, where sipping wine at night is self-care and downing iced coffee at 4 p.m. is survival. But what if we've been taught to reach for things that look like care but actually take more than they give? What if the real way to rest, the real way to unwind, has nothing to do with what's in your cup and everything to do with how you feel inside? Let's talk about pleasure. Real pleasure. Not just stimulation, not just numbing, but the kind of pleasure that actually settles you, that grounds you, that fills you up instead of pulling you apart. That's not caffeine, that's not alcohol. That's presence, that's softness, that's ritual. That's remembering that your body is sacred and that rest isn't earned, it's your birthright. So ask yourself, what does true pleasure feel like in your body? Is it warmth? Is it silence? Is it a clean space? Is it a walk with music in your ears and the wind on your skin? Is it a hand on your heart and a whispered prayer? Is it a book in bed? Is it a friend who sees you? Because when you start replacing your go-to coping drinks with real moments of care, something shifts. Your nervous system stops running. Your heart rate slows. Your digestion softens. Your blood pressure drops. Your thoughts quiet. You don't have to drink something to feel okay. You are okay. That's not always an easy belief to hold, especially if your habits have deep roots. Maybe caffeine is how you survive mornings with kids or work deadlines. Maybe wine is your only moment of me time. That's real. That's valid. But so is this. You deserve rituals that leave you feeling more whole, not more depleted. You deserve nights where you fall asleep without help, and mornings where you don't feel regret in your bones. Redefining what it means to unwind means asking, what would feel loving right now? Not just comfortable, but truly kind. It means building a life where rest isn't something you buy or pour. It's something you create, moment by moment, choice by choice. And no, this doesn't mean quitting everything overnight. It means noticing, choosing, replacing one cup, one glass, one pattern at a time. It means slowly building a new rhythm, one where sleep is something you sink into, not something you chase or force. You might miss the ritual at first, the warm cup, the clink of ice, the signal that the day is done. But what you'll gain is something so much deeper. A relationship with yourself that isn't based on stimulation or sedation, but on care, on presence, on peace. You'll fell asleep, not because something knocked you out, but because nothing is holding you up anymore. You're no longer running, you're no longer bracing, you're no longer chasing a false sense of calm. You are calm because you created that space for yourself, because you gave your body what it really needed, because you remembered you are allowed to rest. You've been listening to Eat to Sleep, a podcast from the Daily Health Shift. If this episode helped you see your favorite drinks through a more compassionate, curious lens, we invite you to follow the show, leave a kind review, and share this with someone else who might be drinking to relax but secretly longing to truly rest. You're not broken, you're just tired. And tired people don't need stimulation, they need softness. Sleep well, friend.